Kara Hala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakate Hawa, Brakate Hawa Shai, Brakate Hawa, Brakate Hawa Shai, Brakate Hawa, Brakate Hawa Shai, the Wada, Abba, Abba, called Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth, which I believe through the Spirit is 100% of the truth. Just want to do a follow up, review to the movie that was on Netflix, and I think the title of the movie was "Separate from This World" or something. Shalaki if I got the title wrong, but it's just a second review. After watching some of the other brother videos, they brought out some very interesting points. And like I said, for me personally, I didn't really like the makeup, the movie, but like I said, we're not looking at it for entertainment purposes. These movies and stuff that comes out, we're looking at it for educational purposes, and to educate the congregation in this truth. And it had, like I said before in a previous video, it had a lot of hidden gems in it. Really not really hidden. They put it right in your face. Really, if you think about it, they put everything right in your face and that's them letting you know what they're about to do before they do it. And in the movie, they had a part where, like I said, they showed the kids, and the girl had a shirt on that had forget what was on her shirt, but it was something I wanted to bring out. I can't think of it. But the son, he had a shirt, and it had the words "obey" on it, and plain as day. So they know exactly what they're doing, and they telling you what they're doing, and it's pretty much like thumbing their, they sticking their tongue out at you and saying, we're gonna do it, and what you're gonna do about it. And one thing about these elites, man, they have to let you know before they do it, And so, like the brother was saying, this is something that's probably going to happen very soon, here down the line, So we have to be prepared and be mindful of that. Really, these are warning signs. These movies that they're coming out now and that they've been doing in the past, they've really been warning signs to warn our people to prepare. And one way we prepare, it's not like the prepper. They had a guy who was a prepper in the movie. He had all his provisions and things that he needed, once the system shut down. But the way we prepare spiritually. The way we prepare spiritually, we have our mind and set, and we build on our faith in these times of trouble that we are facing. And we can go out and buy a few extra canned goods and things like that we may need if the system does shut down. But we don't go overboard with it. We're not taking all our resources and pooling to getting trying to buy a bunker and all these things that's that a lot of these major preppers do. We prep more spiritually, and the Lord is going to guide us in these times, man, because we may do all this prepping and we may have to hit the road, as like vagabonds, on the earth, as the scripture tells you. So shit might hit the fan and we may have to take off, get your backpack and your bug out bag, and you have to hit the road, and let the Lord guide you. And it had a significant part in the movie at the end. People had a hard time understanding the end of the movie. When at the end of the movie, the little girl, she took off, and she pretty much left the family and went and found a bug out shelter that somebody had prepared, and I guess they couldn't get back to it. And the little girl went down there, she found her way in there, and she had TV and she had entertainment. She had all kind of snacks and food, a lot of garbage and shit, but she had food, and she had a secure shelter that was prepared for her. And that's how the Lord is going to do for us. That's spiritual, man. The Lord is going to guide us, man. These people that's already preparing these shelters with food and all the provisions, they really, through the Spirit are probably preparing it for us, because the Lord is going to guide us to these places, and that's going to be a spiritual thing. So, we can't go overboard with this prepping at our home, like a lot of these so-called preppers do. Our prepping is more spiritual, not carnal. And then like say in the movie, you see where the animals were, out of their natural habitat. They were going in places that they normally don't go. And Bible tells us that, man, that the animals are going to trade places. They're going to be in places where they're not expected. And a lot of that was due to the sound waves, and they have this new thing with this 6G. Damn, bugs, shalakia. Where they have this 6G, and so it's going to make the animals kind of react a certain kind of way. You can see that now with the 5G. A lot of birds, they don't migrate like they normally do. And I've noticed, I remember, wasn't that long ago, you used to see birds migrating during this time of year, man. There'd be so many, it's like they cover the sky, and I haven't seen that in a few years, And once these things start happening, because it's so all of a sudden, and you go back to think about it, like, damn, I haven't seen birds migrate in a long time, like they used to with these big migration patterns, man. And I'm down here in the South, so usually during this time of year, you see them flying over, man. It's like millions of them. They're laying in the trees, and they're, you can hear like just multitudes of them, like out of a movie or something. But somebody had posted something about that recently, and I like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen that, in a few years. So it's a lot of changes going on in the earth, man. A lot of these things, like the movie shows you, these things are orchestrated by these devils, man. Then they're showing that the young boy, his teeth started falling out. So, be prepared for that. Be prepared. A lot of people that end up taking that Jim Jones juice, that venom juice, a couple of years back. What's going to be the effects from that, down the line. And what else in the movie? Like I said, I want to do a second review, but like I said, there's a lot of gems in that movie, man. And they pretty much telling you what the hell they're going to do. They went into the Illuminati thing, and how the system's going to shut down, and and how they talking about these cyber attacks, and now you're starting to see all the time, within the past year or two, they're talking about China doing different cyber attacks, attacking different websites. And one of the websites I seen where they supposed to attack was like Rumble. Rumble's one of the websites where you can go and get a lot of good information. So why would China attack Rumble? So it's an inside job, man. And these dudes who run our government, man, they wicked as hell, And so we have to definitely be well aware, man, of what we're dealing with, knowing that we have enemies and that we are actually at war, And all hell hadn't broke loose yet because they hadn't released the, these troops, But you can see they building up these troops with these people with the open borders, and they bringing these foreigners in here. And make no mistakes about it, man. A lot of those foreigners, man, they military-aged men, and it looks almost like a recruiting thing, I wouldn't be surprised if they went to these countries and they recruited these guys to come here because they gonna put them in a military capacity, man. They're gonna give them uniforms, train them, and they're gonna follow orders. And the orders they're gonna follow is they're gonna follow the orders that's given by these elites. They're not gonna have any remorse or any type of sympathy towards the people here. So, all hell's these things are gonna happen, man. And those who not in this truth, those who are not spiritually guided in these times, man, they're gonna be in a bad place. They're gonna find themselves in a bad situation because they're not gonna know what to do. They're gonna get caught out there. There's gonna be a lot of insurrection, man. And Scripture tells us, Jacob's trouble, and Jacob's trouble is gonna be insurrections. People going to go against the government. The government's going to turn on the people, which the government already has turned on the people, because the government has been attacking the people for some time now. With these chemical that they put into the food and the water, giving people all type of cancers, and all type of ailments, man, and they're doing it purposely. You know, pretty much you're trying to wipe out the older generation, and this goes back to the Georgia Guidestones, man. You know, they had this thing set, these upper elites, where they want to reduce the population. They want to be like the Most High Yahweh, man. They want to reduce the population down almost to less than a third. That way they can have complete control and power over the people. And you know they bringing in these robotic um, entities, you know, and they're able to use them like slaves as well. So they see that they look at the rest of the people as useless eaters. They don't need us anymore, you know, pretty much, so to speak. And they're going to have their slaves. And believe me, they got their slaves now in a lot of these places, probably in a lot of their underground, you know, townships that they've been building on, you know, for a while. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie. You know, it's for me it's just kind of hard to watch because you know it's just a lot of it's so predictable. It's really, you know, the way it's kind of put together is, you know, it's not like your typical movie. But we're not in it for entertainment purpose. We're in for the educational part of it because they putting out a message what they want to do. And you know who the executive producers are? The wicked ass Obamas, man. So you know they in the know, so they know what the hell is going to happen, and they put it out there not because they trying to warn the people like they give a fuck about the people, man. They doing it for nefarious reasons. When they put this stuff out, it's part of their witchcraft, their witchery. You know. That way they can say, you know, we tried to warn you and you didn't listen. But it's unlike the prophets, man. The prophets are here to warn the people, and people are not going to listen, you know, 2/3 anyhow. But we're trying to warn the people from the said destruction, you know. But let me see, was anything else in the movie that I wanted to bring out? And I probably have to watch it again because there's a lot of gems in there. And very informative. But these things that they putting out in that movie, the Elder Apostles GMS, man, they've been talking about this, you know, for some time now. I know when I go back in their old videos, man, for at least 20 years they've been talking about these things that's going to happen. You know, them shutting down the system, bringing in the digital MOTB. You know, the plagues that's going to happen, animals and all that stuff, wild beasts, you know, being all over the place, you know, and Jacob's trouble. You know, you have other Israelite groups out here, they don't talk about that shit, you know. The only thing they want to do is go out here and cut the white man, you know, cut Esau, Edom, you know, for views and popularity and for whatever other reasons, man. You know, they avoid a lot of these things because it seems like they do it because they just want to build their congregation, you know, but not really there to save the people. And they may be doing it for filthy lucre, you never know. You know, they may have been paid to just tell people that they're Israelites and just steer them on another path. You know how this devil get down, man, with their psyops, you know. But it was something else in that movie I wanted to bring out, but it was showing, you know, how the neighbor, the one that was a prepper, you know, how he you know, he changed his disposition once all the shit hit the fan, you know. Like him and the brother that was in the movie, the Jake in the movie, they used to be I guess, you know, somewhat like friends, or, you know, they kind of dealt with each other. But once the shit hit the fan, he's like, hell nah, you know, it's all for self now, you know. And that's the kind of mindset that we're going to have in these times, man, with our family members and loved ones, because you know, you try to warn them about the truth, and a lot of your family members, as scripture tells you, they're going to be the ones that are going to turn you in. You know, they're going to be the one that's going to report you because you're not going down there to take that digital ID, you know, that digital ID that they're going to put in you, that charagma. So we got to be very self-aware and circumspect, you know. And the Lord is kind of hardening us for this time, man. He's kind of preparing us you know, he's creating that division so that we can be able to make these moves, and it's not going to cost us our life. You know, because if we tie emotions into certain things and our feelings, you know, you can't have that in a time of war, man. And that's going to get a lot of Jakes killed, you know, during that time. Same way as was with Lot and his wife, you know, during the time when they had to flee out of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, when they was on the run, and the angel of the Lord told them not to never look back. You know, and his wife looked back, and you know, Lot didn't get in his emotions and go back and try to rescue her. Lot kept it moving. You know, and that's what we're gonna have to do in these times, man. You warn our people; they know what they have to do, and that's kind of symbolic because a lot of our, you know, our so-called spouses or family and friends, they want to run back to the world, you know. So they're going to give in. You know, they might kind of go along with you for a little bit, and you know, and try to ride it out for maybe a day or two. But once that hunger pains hit, and you know, things start getting, getting a little wild out here, a lot of them they're gonna run back to Egypt, man. They're gonna run back to Egypt for help, and they're gonna be destroyed. And don't think they're not gonna turn you in, you know, and give up your position. So these things that we know we have to be mindful of, you know. You know, if it's meant to be, you know, the Lord's going to put the spirit in them to ride it out with you. But if not, you know, you can't have feelings about it. You know, you can't be emotional about it. You know, the Lord is preparing us now for that time. You know, as He's prepared us like a few years back when a lot of family members turned their back on each other over the simple jab. You know, during that jab time. A lot of family members, no, you can't come to my house, or you know, I'm not seeing them because do you have that jumper? If you don't have that jumper, you can't come around us. And you know, that was just a precursor. That was just a litmus test. So how much more so once the food and all these other things shut down for real, you know? But that was pretty much it, you know. Like I said, it is a pretty good movie, you know, as far as the information wise. But you know, we have to realize these devils are putting that out there. And with that, say shalom.